Some random guy speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and I'm very excited today. We have a lot to be excited for here in America. You guys have been watching the news, what has been going on, and we are winning the fight. We are winning, and I can't wait to discuss some things. America, ladies and gentlemen, are waking up. We are waking up. We are waking up. And we're going to talk about it, right? And this is another topic that's very near and dear to my heart. It makes me feel good that more and more Americans are being red pilled. It's just a matter of time when we start winning people that are still straddling on the fence and things, which they are shifting over to MAGA Republicans. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. They are being red pilled left and right. Left and right. And the Democratic Party, ladies and gentlemen, it's just like they don't know what to do with it. That's the thing about it. They don't know what to do with it, but we're going to talk about how Americans are waking up for the better. And they're getting fed up. They don't listen to our news. I mean, as far as we don't listen, none of us listen to the so-called news, not our news. This is the DNC, deep state news, propaganda news. That is what is not working anymore. Every time they try to spin a story or try to have some type of breaking news, these are the tactics that the left have used for a long time for control. As soon as a scandal or something breaks out, they got to cover it with something else bigger to take the mindset or take people's or change people's mind, take their attention off of one thing and focus it on something else. And this is what they do. This is what they do. So we're going to go into it. I'm just waiting on the people to come into the room. If not, the show must go on. The show must go on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just waiting on the other people to come into the room. I'm very excited about this particular topic. And we're going to go into some detail as to why Americans are waking up. They are waking up like never before. They are finding out that America has been carrying the whole world. America, as the taxpayers, have been financing the whole world. They're going to find out, excuse me, that Americans not only been financing the whole world, but they also been with these slush funds that have set up regime changes in these other countries, coming by us, the taxpayer, yours truly. So we're going to talk about this once again, and wait till the primaries come around. Because as Trump says, the primaries, we are going to kick major butt. We're going to make it where they're going to take the whole house, right? We're going to take the whole house, the whole Senate. This is the dissatisfaction that Americans are tired of. Very dissatisfied, right? Our dissatisfaction with the so-called previous administration under Joe Biden, under Obama and Clinton. They are the main contributors as to why we are in this, why we have this problem that we have today. They have tried to destroy the country, right? They have outsourced jobs, shipped out manufacturing jobs that should have stayed here in America. Why didn't it stay here in America? Well, that's another whole story. Because when you have a fiat currency and you have what the thing called a Federal Reserve Bank, and the government and our Treasury is not allowed to print, our U.S. Treasury is not allowed to print their own money. The Federal Reserve prints the money. Every time government, which is the people in Congress, when they run out of money, they go back to the Federal Reserve. They get another Federal Reserve note. It's not $1, it's not real money, but it's just an IOU. Plus, they charge interest, right? And they pass it on back to the American taxpayer. This is what we call it, a scam. This is a scam, scamola. And did you think that this was going to last forever? No, because people will start waking up to the truth. Have you noticed that, and I mentioned this before on the live, the US dollar is not a real dollar, it's fiat currency, and it's shrinking. It's the value, it's been devaluated by them purposely. They purposely devaluated the dollar. This is why, look at what's going on. Never talk about gold and silver no more. You never hear about that. Never heard about Fort Knox till Trump brought it up. Even Fort Knox never been audited. So people in America are waking up, ladies and gentlemen. They are waking up to the truth. They understand what is going on in America. And once a person has been woken up, you can't put them back to sleep. And this is what the deep state fear, right? The awakening of America. And now look at it. We weren't worried about Canada at all. Canada was going to cave and bend the knee anyway, right? We wasn't worried about Canada. Canada can't hurt the United States. Europe can't hurt the United States, right? Canada, Europe cannot hurt the United States. We are a major, look at all the people here. We are the bigger economy here. Canada have what, 40 million people, equivalent to California? And 80% of the people live on the border of Canada. How in the hell can 40 million people be a threat to a major, we are the biggest, right? We take care of everybody, right? Our taxes go to who? You know, look at it. We've been funding Canada all this time, right? We wasn't worried about these dudes. I don't care what prime minister they have. I don't care how big and bad they talk. It's obvious that Trump knew what he was talking about with the whole tariff things that went into effect as of today. And the real reason why did the tariffs happen against Canada? Because Canada could not control the fentanyl that was coming in this country. Trump gave them back in January. He even gave them another month. He said, listen, we have an alarming amount of fentanyl that's coming into this country, right? This is what Trump was saying. We got so much fentanyl, ladies and gentlemen, that has been going over our borders from Canada and Mexico, killing a lot of Americans. He told them to do the simple thing, but he had to grandstand, had to flex, try to flex. Canada is just like a little country, even though it's a big country, it's bigger than the United States, but the population, ladies and gentlemen, is nowhere near like what America is. It's not. Look at all those border cities that follow along the border of America. There's only 80% of them that's living in there. And a smaller percent that's living on those other areas further out. There's got a lot of uninhabited territory out there in Canada that's never been inhabited before. You got to go and deal with the tundra and an extreme cold. We're talking about well below, what's it, below 40? I mean, actually below that. We're talking about 60, minus 60 degrees in some of these places. Who's going to live out there in these areas, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So right now, America is seeing that we are the shit. I mean, I didn't know that we've been taking care of all these people. Damn, I didn't realize this, you know? In Europe, I mean, look at it. Look at what it is, though, you know? We've been taking care of Europe. We got a better military than they do. We have air supremacy than they do. We dominate on air and on sea. We have the biggest and the baddest military throughout the world. You know, we really do. We're not the only ones, but again, it's gonna be a challenge dealing with America, right? And the military might of America. And that's why these countries are starting to think about it a little bit. They say, damn, yeah, we're gonna have to do something because, you know, and this is the thing, American people, right? They are waking up. They are waking up. They are waking up to the truth. And look at how much they've been waking up. They don't even rock with the phony news no more. By the time they come out with spin news, it's already been fact-checked and they come out with the real stuff. And look how, man, red pilling, we've been doing our thing, red pilling so many Americans. So many Americans right now red pill. Wait till the primaries come along. When the primaries, we're gonna get them in the primaries. We're gonna destroy them in the primaries. We're gonna destroy them in the primaries because of that stunt that they pulled from the left, we're going to take their asses out in the primaries. You hear me? I'm going to call it. And they can't cheat no more. They know it. They're not going to be able to cheat in this election. I mean, when we start to have the midterms, they can't cheat. We're going to get they behind. We're going to get they behind. I see the MAGA Republicans taking the actual House and the Senate this time. I do see that. It's going to happen. Because this is how many people that are fed up, right? The people have woken up, right? The American people have woken up. America is back. I did that stream earlier. American people have woken up. They're not going for the bullshit no more. They're not going for these victim agendas like the Democrats tried to get people to be on board with. It just wasn't matching up with people. We have real problems in America, right? When it comes down to border safety and the economics of it all, right? We don't care about all this other stuff, LGBT. We wouldn't worry about all that stuff. They didn't have, what is the price of tea compared to that, right? They are old relics that nobody rock with them no more on the left. They done offended so many people. I don't care who they get on the left. They ain't got nobody. Gavin Knucklehead Newscomb, they ain't got nobody there. I don't care if they bring in Stephen A. Smith. They ain't got nobody. Jasmine Crockett, they don't have nobody. Hakeem Jeffries, they don't have nobody. They don't have nobody. Nobody rocks with them. The mainstream America do not rock with them like that at all. They already done showed their ass by what they did, even on that addressing the nation. You know, the one that he was dealing with the congressional with Trump, March the 4th. Look how disgraceful the left have been doing. They've been losing ever since, man. With these old weak songs and memes and stuff and all the rest of the stuff, they're done. That's why I say we have a chance to take them behind in the primaries. And I'm going to make sure that we're going to be well in advance, because I'm going to be sounding and beating the drum as well, encouraging people to get their ass out there and vote in the primaries if you live in America. Not only that we taking the country back, we're going to make sure that we don't ever have a Democrat we're going to be the dominant force. We have a chance of taking them all, really. We can take them. We got them because they're fighting amongst each other. They don't have no leadership, and we can take them, right? Like we took them in on the national, for the seat of the White House. You know, that's how dissatisfied we are. I'm dissatisfied with their BS, they bull, they lies, and criminal. And then they want to try to spin this news with Elon, when Elon been showing America and the world where all that money has been going. And that's the only thing they can do is focus this stuff on Elon. They're the bigger fool than I think they are. And anybody that rock with them is idiots. Because you can't see it, you can't see Doge for what it's really doing, then you are a moron. You are a nincompoop. You are an idiot. That's why they didn't win last year. And they're not going to win in the primaries. They're done. And what we're going to do is we're going to show them. I can show you better than I can tell you. That's for fact. That's fact, because you can't cheat no more, and you can't use the political machine that you used to be used to doing. You can't use that no more, because all we're going to do is fact check it and then correct it and blow it out. Social media is bigger. How you think Trump won? TikTok. You got an answer for that? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk been schooling these young kids, man. He's been debating with the best of them, right? As well as with these kids. He have actually converted a lot of these young zennials over on the MAGA side. They won't even get in the ring with Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk wasn't even a Republican. He was just a moderate. But I bet you won't get in there and debate Charlie Kirk. I bet you that, because it's going to make you look foolish. He's going to make you look foolish for real if you go in there. Go in the arena with Charlie Kirk. I'm dare any left, anybody that's a Democrat, you want to test your skills, go ahead and have it. Go ahead and go up with Charlie Kirk. And I bet you will lose. You will lose. I bet you will lose. But we're looking good. America is looking good. We're looking better. The price of eggs are going down. So how about this for you Democrats? You know the price of eggs are going down. The gas is going down. Huh? How about that? How you like them apples, right? Stuff is starting to go down. I thought the stuff was going to go up. I thought we were going to be bankrupt. Oh, He going against Canada. They never asked the question on the left. Why did the factory jobs are going to Canada? Why do we have to pay Canada to produce in America when we can produce for ourselves? That's the bigger question, right? Only an idiot to hold that down. Why do we have to rely on Canadian resources in Canada, as far as the power plant and all the rest of the stuff? Why we got to rely on the reactor in Canada? Don't we got a reactor in America? Can somebody say The Simpsons? Shoot. Why we got to rely on Canada for anything? Canada don't want the smoke for real. He bent the knee. They don't want that smoke. What is a little over 40 million people? What are they gonna do? They don't even have an economy like we do here, right? And this ain't no against the Canadian people, but your government is bullshit. And I'm starting to think that Trump may mean it when he says that Canada will be the 51st state, and I can kind of see that because they don't have anything. What have Canada benefited by being under the crown? Nothing but a bunch of taxes and the majority of people in Canada is poverty. You know what I'm saying? Only people that's making money over there are rich bureaucrats over there and people in the private sector that own a lot of these corporations. Outside of that, that's it. That's it. The majority of them are broke. You will be too if you lived over there. You got to pay high taxes and shit. You ain't getting ahead by living in Canada. Even their university healthcare and shit. Because you got to wait a year to see a doctor. Come on, man. You get some money over here. You see a physician. You see anybody you want. You come over here. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pay PST, GST, HST, elemental P. You're going to pay all these damn taxes and think you're getting ahead. Oh, it's safe in Canada. It's safe in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. You go in some of these cities like Toronto and some of these places, man, they shooting up over there. They got gangs over there too. This shit is rough in Toronto, ain't that? Don't think that you can go over there, oh, it's a clean New York. You may think so, but you got to deal with the Somali gangs. You got to deal with some of these other African gangs and West Indian gangs and all the rest of that over there. You got to deal with that stuff. Don't think that it's a cakewalk over there either. It's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You know? So at any event, we are waking up, ladies and gentlemen. And I know most of us that follow me by now don't have a problem with the current regime that is going on. You know what I'm saying? It's making America great again. They don't have a problem with it because we see it. We always have seen it, right? We have already seen it. I think Cash Patel got approved to have his personal secure line to the president, as he should, because the DOJ is corrupt. The FBI is corrupt still. We got a lot of house cleaning to do. You know, we getting people in the position, but the swamp is deep. And I'm starting to, and right now, I think a lot of people that are waking up as Americans kind of seeing that. I mean, yeah, they over here talking about it, but you haven't seen no major arrests yet. He got Pam Bondi. I'm not really for sure to think about her. I'm not really for sure. Before I even mention anything about her, I'm steady watching right now. I'm not going to speak out negatively yet. It's too soon. We're going to find out, though, man. That whole Jeffrey Epstein thing and all this sitting on documents and stuff, I don't know what's going on with that. But we know with the deep state, they got a hand in it. And there's a lot of powerful people, ladies and gentlemen, that do not want that information out. They do not want it out. I'm going to say it like this. Go ahead on and put it out because we worked so hard getting the cabinet, winning the election. This is what it was all about. That's what I'm saying. This is what it was all about. It was about this because we know that this stuff wasn't going to be easy. Listen to Dan Bongino. That's why I rock with Dan Bongino. I rock with him. He's telling the truth. This guy gave up $1 million podcast career to serve his country. I ain't mad at him. Elon Musk gave up some money, to do what he's doing. Trump too. Trump ain't taking a pay cut. Elon Musk ain't taking a pay cut. You know what I'm saying? They're not taking a pay cut. They don't need it. They don't need to. They're serving the country. And I see that a lot of Americans are seeing that now. We are truly waking up, ladies and gentlemen. We really are. We're seeing what is going on. We're seeing the lies. We're seeing the spin news and all this other kind of stuff. We saw the lies about Canada. And this stuff goes back in Clinton, for those that have been around. Clinton, Bill Clinton, when he was president, what did he do? He set up the whole NAFTA in the first place. And after that, there was outsourcing of jobs. We lost so much of manufacturing. Even United Auto Workers said, what was it like, 80,000 jobs, somewhere like that. There was a lot of manufacturing jobs that left the United States. By the droves, right? Because of regulations, right? High labor costs, cost of labor and everything, right? They purposely did this. They turned America from an independent to a dependent nation. Facts. This is why we are having the problems we're having right now, ladies and gentlemen. It started way back with Bill Clinton. And I ain't going to let up off of that because it's actually factually true. It wasn't he a Democrat? Here we are. Hello. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is basically what it is. The American people, Trump has the American people. The deep state does not. The Democrats don't. They're trying to find something to try to sway the public opinion. They can't do it. They have tried. And you know what's really looking pathetic? To see them over here doing the Street Fighter. I'm in the dancing mode. Choose your fighter. This is sad, ladies and gentlemen. I be really beginning to think: is the Democrats that are they that retarded? Is there like a major mental problem that they have? Choose your fighter for who? The American people said, no, we don't want this. We're tired of this. We gave that a try, and they helped divide the country up and try to destroy the country. We don't want that no more. We don't rock with y'all no more. Right? Are you kidding me? These old meaningless chants that they're doing. And then they're trying to get public people outcry against Elon to go out here and do malicious damage. And we know that they're being paid. They already showed where the money was coming from. With George Soros and other people that was behind that. You know? But these people are very well protected. That's why you ain't really seeing no arrests right now. They're very well protected, ladies and gentlemen. They'll step down from a CEO position of that, but they're very well protected. Very well protected. And like I said, though, we've been out here trying to educate. I do as much as I can, trying to deliver and tell people the truth in regards to what is going on. And like I said, most of the country is red-pilled anyway. It's all good. But what I'm encouraging you guys to make sure you get out there on that primary and you exercise your right to vote. And I'm sure that the voting thing, can't tell you, but I can say this. I'm pretty sure that you know who to vote for. Because we know we ain't getting SHIT from the left. We're not. We're not. And we're going to go ahead and take them out on the primaries, right? We're going to make sure we vote their ass out. We got to vote out all these Obama and these Clinton-ass judges. Look at the corruption on that. How can a judge at that level dictate to the highest court in the land, at the executive level, the commander-in-chief, and tell the president what to do? A judge, right? This is totally unconstitutional what they're doing. And people are seeing that, right? We're seeing corruption like we have never seen before. They never wanted us to find out what the slush funds are, and there's many of them. But now that Elon is given permission to go through the books with a fine tooth comb and a magnifying glass, and he's going to go into some detailed incision now, where the bad spots are, and he's going to highlight it and circle it and show the American people that like they always have. Because whether you like Trump or not, I'm gonna say this: you cannot say that he has not carried out what he said he was going to do, and you cannot say that he does not have a transparency administration. We want the government to be transparent, as they should have been, and that's why they're really angry. When they're angry at Trump, and they can't stand Elon because he's so smart and he's so rich. That's the main reason, and he can't be bought. That's why they hate Elon. They got shit else to do with anything else going on. That's the real reason. And they try to convince you to carry on their plight and hate. And some of our stupid people in America, unfortunately, are following that that pathway. I'm gonna tell you this: you run up on the wrong Tesla owner with that foolishness, you will get a bullet. You know what I'm saying? Because I know guys that drive, and I know guys that carry as well. And you ain't gonna run up on a cyber truck or whatever, talking that yang, because you go night. And they have a justification as to how they're able to protect themselves. A lot of gun owners know the gun laws. So, so don't let Antifa and them geek you up to go out here and try to do malicious damage to somebody's truck. You better have some decorum about yourself and some discipline. I'll never be that into a party that program me to go out here and do malicious damage to somebody's property because I don't like particular person. You don't even know Elon. I don't know Elon. But I can tell you this: I think he's doing a wonderful job of showing where the money is going. And only a fool would sit up here and try to argue against that. And that's why I say, man, all these jackasses and fools today, they don't even know this guy, man. He got more money than they'll ever see, first and foremost, and one of the smartest on the planet. You think Elon is worried about you? No. He got his own security detail. That's what these people are nuts, ladies and gentlemen. They are absolute nuts. But the American people see right through it. Because all they doing is just sitting back watching these lunatics out here. It's not even them. You know what it is? It's these paid groups like Antifa. They do exist. They's the same people behind BLM. These are the same people. That's why I'm glad that BLM mural and all that stuff is being taken down. And yes, that BLM, George Floyd statue should be taken down too. That's right. And it will be taken down, though. Put the chain around his neck and pull that shit down. That's the thing about it. Pull it down. Because we're doing so much better. All that was manufactured by the left. That's all it was, though. It's failing now. All that is going down. No more BLM. We didn't toppled all that. No more all that stuff. Yep. That's exactly. So American people have woken up. And I congratulate a lot of you guys, man, for doing the right thing, because it was pretty common sense and obvious. It was obvious, right? We are going into a better direction, whether you like him or not. He's the president for 4 years, whether you like it or not. Whether they like it or not. And we don't care that they don't like it. Because that's the thing about it. They don't even respect the system. They don't even respect the Constitution in the process of it all. The majority of the people voted for Trump. Straight like that. This ain't about a politician and trying to, the people have decided. We didn't want Kamala Harris. She wasn't qualified. Joe Head was gone. Auto pen signing stuff. They don't have a party, and we know this. They have no leadership. That's why when they go on this phony attack, they don't have nobody. Ain't nobody listening to them. And then you want to throw hood rats and other people up in there. Are you serious? Is that the best that they got? You think that Gavin Newsom, you think that he could be able to go against Vance or whoever on their side? People ain't going to forget this stuff. Look at California. They're not going to forget this stuff. And then we're going to sit up here and trust them again. Oh, yeah. They're not even telling us what the real deal is now. They're going to die, ladies and gentlemen, on this BS quest. Because, again, with the Democrats, what they do is that they will align themselves with victim people in America, victim class groups, right? And empower them with the Trojan horse behind it at the same time. On the surface, it appears as if they are helping them, but there is strings attached and there's a whole nother agenda underneath the surface. That's how you got to play the Democrat side, you know, because like I said, if they're pushing in Congress before Doge, 1,500 pages of bill to get passed, they know nobody was going to read it. They just signed off on it. Now, how you think Homeland Security got passed? When you look at all these government agencies, they all got passed under the same thing as I just explained. Nobody read through that stuff. We're talking about thick medical books of a bill. And this was done purposely. Because they had malicious intent to do what? Usher in their regime. And that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing. The usher in their regime. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this ain't about looking out for the little man. This is about control. And American people see this. They've been trying to snuff out our freedom of speech, saying that you can't say this, you can't say that. Oh, that's offensive, and all this is safe spaces and all this other nonsense. This is all this crap that they did. And while we were looking at it, they were steady taking our rights away. They empower and weaponize these tech companies to go spy on us, see what we've been browsing, see what we've been looking at. You know what I'm saying? We have privacy in this country. It's on our Constitution. You know? You just can't come up in people's house without a warrant. This is the 4th Amendment, right? We have 27 amendments. But like I've been accused the Democratic side, right, of being anti-American along with these rhino Republicans. They're not Republican. What they really are is nothing but liberals, name only. That's what I keep saying, though. The people are waking up. Now they seeing this stuff. Because all you got to do is keep watching the news and you start seeing this stuff. You'll start seeing the corruption. Everybody should be talking about the corruption and how they have taken taxpayers' money. This is what we should be talking about. Because what they do is they put the spin news on. I'm going to tell you the playbook of the deep state and the playbook of the Democrats. One and the same, right? Because they talk all this stuff, right? When something gets hot with this corruption, guess what? They reflect and deflected it and pushed it on Elon. They changed the narrative and said Elon is the one that's stealing all the money. Elon is the one that have access to Americans' personal information. Elon is the one that's not a government voted in official, right? Elon is the one, right? So you got some weak-minded people that believe that, oh, it's Elon's fault. Oh, now they cutting down the government. Is it his fault? It's his fault. See? They spin the news and keep you from saying, well, wait a moment. Doge was created because of what? Because we didn't have transparency in the government, number one. Number two, they had slush funds and USAID. That was something that Americans were never supposed to know. Clinton's had a big hand in it. You look at a lot of politics, they had a big hand in it. You weren't even supposed, none of us were supposed to know this stuff. Right? How you think the political leftist rags were being funded? Right? They didn't care that they had a lot of big viewer subscription base political. Now Who have a political subscription? I don't. Who's on the left that has a political subscription? I don't know anybody that I can think of right now that have a political subscription. I really don't. Reuters, nope, I don't. And these are like Associated Press. These companies were being funded. And the American people see it right now. And all we got to do is stay on that. We ain't got to worry about nothing about that because Elon is working on behalf of the taxpayers and Americans. He knows more about the Constitution than a lot of these other people do. You know? So that's the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy as, I'm happy as a lark right now, seeing that Americans are waking up. And they're happy that DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, and how we have transparency, and how we have a lot of things working on our behalf. And then we're gonna stay on this though, man, because all this other stuff ain't even worth the price of nothing. It's just a distraction, and that's what they do to get the American people, get their mind off of that and talk about Elon. If you notice, but it don't work on me. I'm still gonna be looking at the corruption, the abuse, the fraud, and the waste of taxpayers' dollars and financing political regime changes across the world. And we already know there's a lot of other stuff that's been going on too, and kickbacks that go back to them. You see what I'm saying? This high-speed internet thing they kept talking about for years, we never seen it. Where is that? Where is it? Who has this super high-speed internet? We're gonna make it where nobody never saw it, or we're gonna have the high-speed rail. We never saw it. So the money been going somewhere. You know, it's been going somewhere. I wanted the tractor to come in here today, because we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna remain talking about the corruption, because this is front page news. This story is the story of the century. It ain't nothing bigger than this. This is a big story, and they're not gonna downplay this. We're gonna keep playing it up because this is huge. This is why we're in this trouble. And it's looking like, ladies and gentlemen, that we wouldn't even have to pay the private Western Central Bank back at all, because we can prove that there was a lot of fraud and a lot of misuse and a lot of waste of taxpayers' dollars. That's a wonderful thing. Everybody should be clapping about that. You know, don't hold no allegiance to these parties. You ain't getting paid. It's like Jasmine Crockett and them. How you ain't getting paid? You're not getting paid to keep spinning the truth. See, they getting paid to do this stuff. You know, they blackmail. We know a lot of them are compromised. You know, they're compromised. This is how you control politicians. They got to be compromised. They got to play ball, right? I'm surprised I ain't got one like, but that's okay, though. That means I'm still speaking truth to power, though, that's for sure. I'm speaking truth to power. Wow, I only have one like today. Not even one, but that's all right. That's all right. One thing about it is simply this, though. The American people have woken up, that's for sure. And they can't stop it. They can't stop it. They're trying to stop it, but they can't. You got damn near 80 million people that voted for Trump, and they cannot stop it. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is the American people. The many outweigh the few. The job loss, oh well, they'll be all right. Severance packages and all that. See, that's another distraction. They created another one. Get you to simply, you lost their job. All this. What have a government employee ever done for me? And a lot of them walking away with severance packages. How is that going to affect me? They're in better position than people in the private industry. Are you serious? Right? This is what it is. But you got to understand this. This is an old saying coming out of Star Trek for you geeks. Spock says, the many outweigh the few. And that's exactly what it is. The many do outweigh the few. We got more people in America out right now that matter than a few funky government employees that lose their job. They'll be all right. They'll find another job. We all lost a job before. I'm not going to boo-hoo about that. What you want me to do? You know, we want to continue. We're going to continue cutting because we want to shrink the government. Democrats want big government. The bigger the government is, the more corruption that comes in. You do realize this, whether you may or not. The many always outweigh the few. We don't care about the few, it's the many. The many that matters. The few could be sacrificed. They'll be all right. They'll find them another job. I'm not boo-hooing about a government worker. The bigger thing, the bigger picture, and I keep my eyes on the prize. Because now that we have been saving money, how you think we get in this? Eventually we're going to get this stimulus check. And yes, it could be bigger than $5,000. We are owed this, ladies and gentlemen. These Democrats get their shit back. I bet you they ain't going to be complaining about that. Hypocrites. Bunch of hypocrites. Bet you ain't. Why don't you give your money to the workers that's out of work then if you feel that bad about it? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? See, they be hypocrites. The left is hypocrites on a lot of stuff. Take your stimulus check and give it to the government workers if you feel that bad about it. I'm going to keep mine because I know they're going to be all right. If the shoe was on the opposite foot, they'll be saying the same thing I'm saying. Oh yeah, Tony will be all right. Tony will be all right. How your boy said, Kendrick Lamar, we're going to be all right. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. We're going to be all right. You know, that's exactly what it is, man. So nobody try to hear that jazz. You know, you're not going to get me, though. Yeah, the government, they lose their job. Yeah, they always spin in the news. That's another trick. Even the DNC, they didn't give a damn about them government workers. They were robbing everybody, stealing money from everybody. That's what I want to talk about. We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to keep talking about it. In fact, I think I'm going to contribute a lot. Whatever I decide to talk about, I'm going to bring that back up too. About government corruption and how these uniparty, especially with the deal on the left, they've been over here stealing our money, right? They want big government. They want more control. They don't want freedom of speech. They go against the Constitution. They're anti-American, anti-gun rights. This is the same people right here. The same ones say that they love America so much. You can't love America so much when America was founded on freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I have not seen the Democratic Party display that. They have been nothing but examples of anti-government. Anti-American. They don't believe in for the people, by the people. They believe in big government for the corporations and the international banksters. That's who they align themselves with. And the American people are seeing it. They are seeing it for the first time of their life. They would have never thought to see this much of corruption before. These lies and this hypocrisy that they claiming that they stand on. You know, the party is gone. It's just a matter of time. We're going to take that house. We're going to take it. We're going to take it. They're looking like my boy Reels is on this live too. So yeah, we're going to take it. Yeah, he's been doing this thing too, getting this message out. We all been taking arrows and stuff like that. It's all good. You know, all good. Taking the arrows and things like that. Elon is taking arrows for what he's doing. You know, because the thing about it, the devil will never come after you unless if you're doing something right. Devil don't chase people that ain't doing nothing. Only when you're doing something that he don't like. That's when the devil start coming after you. That's when opposition comes for you. You know, just like they did with Trump. Now they're doing it with Elon. You know, and they can't stand Elon, man. Elon is not even the bought man. They can't stand him. He got way more money than George Soros, and George Soros can't stand it. He hates it. He cannot stand it. This guy, one of them, there's many others that have been financing the DNC, floating money to them. keeping this regime change and stuff like that, trying to take over the country. And it's been failing because they don't have the people. Trump has the people. Whether you agree or disagree, it really don't matter. You can't say that you disagree because the majority of the people is rocking with Trump. Because if he wasn't, they wouldn't have won. Trump won. That lets you know right there. Oh, yeah. Nope, Kamala never had a chance. Biden never had. If Biden wouldn't pull it out, trust me, he would have never had a chance. Nobody's going to vote for a person that's half-baked, that's not there, dementia, whatever it may be. They're not going to do that. They ain't going to vote for a person like that. So come off of it. Don't make no sense. They ain't have a chance. So yeah, so other than that though, like I said before, America people and the being awakening, this is a great awakening right now. We're in a very great position right now. And now, as I said before, Mexico, Bid-Bithany, we're getting cooperation and satisfaction. And Europe is going to fall in line too. Yep. You're going to take the knee and bow down. America is your daddy. Just like America is Canada's daddy and Mexico's daddy. And they don't want to go against your daddy, right? We call the shots around here. We got a bigger economy and things. We got way more people over here that make us more powerful. So we don't have to listen to nothing what Canada got to say. You listen. We tell you what to say. You don't tell us what to say. Welfare country, you. And in Europe too. Any of y'all in the nation next to the United States. We are separated by miles of sea. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no place better than America. You know, we are the best. We have the best economic system that's going to be returning. All millionaires, there's so many billionaires been created out of America than any other country in the world, right? You ain't gonna never get this freedom nowhere. We can criticize our president. We can criticize the vice president. We have freedom over here, and a lot of y'all don't even have freedom. Y'all gotta watch what y'all say. You can't talk or look. You can't even do certain things, though, you know. I found out over in Japan, you know how we have locksmiths over here? Do you know in Japan that being a locksmith is not allowed? They don't even have a profession like that called a locksmith in Japan. If you got a problem and you locked out, you got to call the police. And the police have to determine whether or not if the lock is being cut. See what I'm saying? This is Japan, ladies and gentlemen. Go figure that. Locksmith is not even a skill over there where Japanese people can learn. Go figure that. Right? Go figure that. And this is I think I remember one of the people from Russia. Okay, Tsar Putina, Russia waves. I wave back to you as well. You know, I wave back to you as well. We ain't never had no enemies with Russia at all. But they made them the big boogeyman and the scapegoat on everything so they can keep pushing wars and keep getting money. It ain't gonna work. We ain't gonna have no World War III. World War III, no war. You know, we cut Zelensky no more money. Europe, you think Europe gonna finance that war and gonna send troops? Y'all French people may as well turn around asses home. You got people to spare and weaponry to give Ukraine, fight the never-winning war? I don't think so. I'm doing pretty good. Tsar Putina, how are you, bro? How are you over there in Russia, man? How are you? Yeah, how you been? Yeah, I get a few Russians that come